So you got some propane? Yeah, look at some propane.
Whoa.
They're good.
Okay, everyone. So, Tim and Connor are up.
Oh, that's sick.
Gentlemen, so you have the floor.
We're good? Yep, good. Alright, I guess our idea came about while we were, I'm sure one of us was in the penalty box and we noticed that the spare pucks that we use for games were kept in coolers. Obviously that's weird and, we always wondered why. For obvious reasons, we know why, frozen pucks slide on frozen surfaces better, but we decided to dive in and, explore this a little more.
So we looked it up a bit, and there's actually an NHL rule on, pucks have to be kept frozen before, you can play with them. That's right here.
Oh, so why? Why are they kept frozen? Well, pucks are made of vulcanized rubber, so they bounce, like tennis balls. They have a tennis ball effect, when hit off walls or sticks or the ice itself. When you freeze the pucks, you reduce the bouncing effect, and they also, when they're flat on the ice, they will glide smoother and faster.
Alright, in the physical world, the warmer the puck, the more energy is stored within it. So, the colder it is, the less it'll bounce, the less it will, explode off the boards, and it'll basically stay flat more. And the warmer puck, it melts the puck underneath it.
Melts the ice.
The ice underneath it, and it'll just increase the force of friction. So it'll make the puck stop.
Yeah, I actually, I emailed Reed about this, asking him what the hell was going on, and he said, depending on how hot the puck is or how, how fast the ice melts underneath the puck, it can almost create a hydroplaning effect and then, throw everything out of whack, and then we have no idea what's going on. So
Then we have to do differential equations.
then it was a nightmare, so we left that alone.
How often do they cycle pucks out, in and out?
On average, an average NHL game goes through 12 pucks a game.
Right.
So they'll use a new puck at the start of every period, and obviously pucks go out of play frequently.
They don't replace it after a shot at the goalie.
What's that?
They don't replace it at stoppage of play. They don't.
If they lose
Doubtful,
it,
or unless it's been in play for a while. It's not like baseball where the ball gets a little muddy and they switch.
Yeah.
All right, now our experiment, we thought about this a while, and we wanted to do a frozen puck, room temperature puck, and basically a hot puck. But we were thinking about if we're shooting a puck, how are we gonna shoot it with the same force? And no, so we ended up coming with an idea. We got a squeegee, a broom type thing, and we're gonna push all the pucks at the same time, so the same force. And we wanted to record their displacements.
And then calculate it. Here's just a simple diagram of some of the forces that were on the puck during the experiment. Isn't that crazy?
Got some videos.
Yeah, and here's a video of the first trial and the results of that. Use a squeegee, tape measure, and just kind of gave him a push. The frozen puck's on the far side, room temperature one's in the middle, and the boiling one is closest to us.
That's gonna just keep replaying. Anyway, so what's it called? It was clearly the frozen one went furthest, and the one that was sitting in boiled water for a minute and a half, that stopped most abruptly. Room temperature in the middle.
Second trial, same thing. It's just same setup. Just actually we got the frozen puck went 20 inches farther than the first trial, which was kind of weird.
20 inches?
Yeah.
Than what?
Than the first trial.
Oh, yeah. Oh, force.
Yeah. I guess.
And then our third trial.
And third trial, we messed up the video, so we kind of just recorded the what's it called? The displacements. And the results we just calculated, the differences between them. We found that the frozen puck traveled 120% farther than the puck that was kept at room temperature, and traveled 158% farther than the puck placed in boiling water.
And now we wanted to apply this concept to another sport, we did football. So I'm going to study at the Stevens Institute of Technology. They did some basically research on this, and they came up with that the ball was harder to hold for the quarterback, and the ball just doesn't travel as far in the more dense air.
Yeah, they in this study they took a baseline of room temperature, someone's grip strength, and then they kept their hand in cold and they made the ball cold, and then they measured the pressures, the difference in pressures between them, grabbing the ball in the warm and grabbing the ball in the cold. It was like the thumb gave the same amount of pressure, but your other extremities did not, and they found it was harder to hold. Obviously, possibility to cause more fumbles and missed catches and whatnot.
Why wouldn't it travel this far?
What's that?
Why wouldn't this travel? Why wouldn't it travel this far?
Man, I forget.
You should ask them.
That they found that the ball or the air is colder. It's more dense in the cold weather than a warm air, like a warm game. So that is more drag resistance on the football. And actually, guy Eric Goff, Lynchburg College, I think, physics professor did a study on it, and found that ball that's thrown in Miami or in New Jersey for the Super Bowl has 8% more drag on it than it would if the game was played in Miami. So that's got to affect something.
And this is a table with a completion percentage by month in indoor and outdoor stadiums, and clearly outdoor stadiums are a lot colder, and their percentage shows it's a lot less.
Yeah. And then we found a video, Sports Science. It's like 2 minutes long, basically just taking a baseline of someone's measurements. Yeah. Core body. I'll explain it. Oh, that's annoying. Pause.
You gotta go to your settings.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Cold temperatures affect athletic performance. We first get baseline measurements of my reaction time and grip strength. My skin temperature is the same as the lab, 72 degrees, and my core, tracked by this core temp adjustable thermometer, is 99 degrees.
To simulate the temperatures players experience while playing on the frozen tundra, we brought in an ice truck.
When we're exposed to extreme temperatures, like 10 degrees in this truck, our bodies shift into survival mode.
Half your body heat is lost through your head, so people think wearing a helmet will keep you warm. But in reality, you actually only lose 10% of your body heat through your head, so the helmet doesn't help much.
To keep the body's core temperature elevated, our cardiovascular system pumps less blood to our extremities. In just 15 minutes, the skin temperature of my hands plummets to around 35 degrees. Consequently, my grip strength is cut in half. Yet even after freezing the truck for over 30 minutes, my core body temperature hasn't changed. To help accomplish this, our bodies use glucose, a source of energy, 5 times faster than in warm weather. But this leaves less energy for performance. One reason my reaction times were reduced by 45%. And cold doesn't just affect the players, it also affects the football. In our tests, a football exposed to 10-degree temperatures for an hour actually got slightly smaller. Its diameter shrank by 0.05 of an inch, and its air pressure was reduced by over 20%. An underinflated ball like this has a lower coefficient of restitution. In other words, it's not as bouncy and will come off the kicker's foot slower. With all the evidence indicating that cold weather should be next to impossible to play in, statistically speaking, it doesn't affect the game all that much. In cold weather games, punts, on average, travel only 3 yards less. Passing completion percentage drops only 2%, and field goal accuracy only drops 1.7%. For Sports Science on ESPN, I'm John Breakins.
Yeah, so basically, we found, you know, we recognized the correlation between, you know, the temperature of the puck and the force of friction that was being applied to the puck, and yeah, that's it. Thanks, everyone. I did too. I did too. Yeah, any questions?
Hockey person? Are you a hockey person? Sure you do. You ever try hitting the pucks? Warm pucks versus cold pucks?
What's that?
You ever try like a slap shot in a hot puck versus a cold puck?
I
Any
don't think there's a difference. We don't freeze pucks for practice. I don't see a
Yeah.
difference at all.
I don't really notice it.
Versus a game puck. Why do they do it?
Because the ideal temperature of a puck is supposed to be 14, or it's like 9 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's like, it's for little things. It's for, the warmer the puck is, obviously the more it's going to bounce around the ice, and then the more it's in the air, and the more everyone's smacking at it. Or face-offs when the puck's getting dropped, puck's bouncing up. And
So they want a slow puck.
they want, yeah, or they want it to slide fast without bouncing. You want to keep the puck in the ice as much as possible. No question.
Yeah, so I mean, is the reason why they change pucks so often, is it because the puck heats up and gets the temperature of the ice, I guess? It increases
Yeah.
32 degrees.
Well, every face-off, the ref picks up a puck and carries it around. So I
Oh,
guess
so it's hand.
heat transfer, yeah.
Anyone else? Thanks, guys.
Anybody ever like I know in baseball you scuff the ball and you try to
Yeah.
mess around with the baseball that changes movement. Has anybody ever tried to do that?
Um,
Create knuckleballs?
well, actually, when I was looking up research, I used to play, first hockey games were played with a ball, and obviously that didn't work out. And then in Montreal, they cut it in half. And then, you know, then it made its disc shape in 1945. And then they added, like, you know, texture around the perimeter, so that with a taped stick, you can grip it better and you could
Nobody's ever
get
tried
more
to
spin on it.
like scuff the puck or jab it.
I don't think there's
Somebody up in Montreal would have thought that.
yeah. I mean, got a lot of equipment on, there's not much you can really do.
Place to hide.
Yeah, or you gotta find an innovator. Thank you.
Good job, guys.